Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for your daily focus. And if you notice, I've got the man over here. There we go. Jeff Huffman. He's joining me once again today because we are wrapping up the baseball winter meetings. And why is he here? It's real simple. This is the fucking craziest winter meetings I have ever witnessed. I have never seen this much activity, this many big names, and teams were just going fucking ape shit. Trades everywhere, bad trades, good signings, bad signings. There was all kinds of shit.
Don't know if they're bad yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Some of them don't look good.
Very lopsided.
Some of the Dodgers. We're gonna talk about the Dodgers, and probably one of our listeners, Black Mamba, his head might explode because I don't know. Well, this is some crazy shit. We'll talk. It's really not. You know what? The Dodgers didn't do so bad. It's mainly they trade raped everybody. They traded everybody. We'll talk about that in a second. What's going on, Jeff?
Oh no! Like you just said, this has been the craziest winter meetings. I know 2011 was really crazy for me because that's when Albert Pujols left. We thought we originally thought he may go to the Marlins, but then we heard they dropped out. So we're like, oh, we got him. And the Angels just come in and sniped them up. But that actually turned out real well for us because
they saved you.
Yeah, you know who we actually got in that draft because we didn't sign Pujols?
Who's that?
We got some pitcher named Michael Wacha.
There you go.
We were also able to re-sign Yachty, Wainwright, Alan Craig, which is a great sign at the time.
Yeah. Look, if Pujols would have stayed, it would have. It's not. I don't think too much would have changed. I mean, Wacha, yeah, he is as good as Wacha is, but you know, having Pujols there, I'm figuring their wins above replacement are probably the same. You know, looking back and historically of it, we'll see. But it was definitely a good move for you guys to let him go. There's no question about that because he's declining. He's probably actually 40. You know, they always like to lie about their ages and shit. So he's probably actually 40. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. But on to this year's shit. This is absolute fucking insanity. What we're going to do is we're just going to go through the major transactions starting on Monday and just kind of go from there. And then we'll hit on the big stuff. And then we'll talk about the biggest losers and winners from the winter meeting. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Let's start on Monday, shall we? And it just seemed like it was just going to be, you know. The Cubs made a couple moves. You know, I think that's when we signed Montero. You know, we got frickin' Jason Hamels. Yeah, Jason Hamill. Yeah, nothing huge. I mean, a few things stick out. The Angels made a couple signatures. The fucking White Sox signed a catcher. And nothing big. And nothing big on day one. Day two. Especially at the end of day two on Tuesday, things started to get a little crazy. Because it was Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, when the big move kind of set everything off. Mm-hmm. That's John Lester, baby. John.
6 years, 155.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Really, we could have just skipped the first 2 days completely. I didn't even need to bring them up. Unless there's anything that you saw that needs to be noted on.
Yeah, it's Samardzija.
Yeah, that's
Samardzija
that's
to the White
first
Sox.
2 days. That didn't happen until later on,
Yeah.
did it?
No, that was.
That was Tuesday. Yeah, that was Tuesday.
Yeah, that was Tuesday. Samardzija goes to the White Sox and also David Robertson.
That's right, David Robertson, and they got
2 good pickups for the White Sox.
It was a back-to-back Chicago day, and let's talk about the A's real quick. Let's start with the A's. That's a talking point. What the fuck is Billy Beane doing?
Well, I don't understand how, if you're a fan of the Oakland A's, how you could get behind this team when you got no stability there. You just traded your best fucking player in Josh Donaldson. And it seems like every other team in Major League Baseball has a face you can focus on. I mean, we got a couple here in St. Louis that have been here for a while, and they'll continue to stay here for a while. Wainwright, Molina, fucking Matt Carpenter.
Sure.
Matt Holliday.
Sure.
The Cubs, you got Starlin Castro, Anthony Rizzo.
Sure. And there are guys.
I just don't understand how you can get behind that. And if you watch MLB Network, Chris Russo, he made a very good point. When the general manager is the star of your team, that's a problem.
It is a problem. Here's the reason why people avoid calling it a problem. It's because Billy Beane has had some success doing what he does, flipping players.
But what have they done in the postseason under his tenure? They've won one series.
Exactly. How much has Billy Beane really done? There you go. That's the question. How much success can we really say this guy has had? Yeah, there's a book, there's a movie. Congratulations for you. You were played by Brad Pitt. You haven't won dick. This way has never worked in the history of baseball, and there's no evidence that it works now. You cannot constantly fucking work minimal deals on star players and then trade them for unproven talent. Now, here's the thing.
Sorry, let me...
No, go ahead.
Okay, Billy Beane has always been known for saying, we don't have the money, and Josh Donaldson, after he got traded, he's like, they have the money.
They have the money.
Everybody's got the money now with TV deals and all that crap. Everybody's got more money to spend.
Maybe in the early 2000s when maybe that was true. It's not true anymore. They've had success. They have the money. So to blow apart your team the way that the A's have done, and in this fucking, who did they get? It is a consensus that these kids that they got for Samardzija are low-level fucking talents at best. I mean, you gave up Addison fucking Russell. Russell and a pretty goddamn good outfield prospect in Billy McKinney, too.
For a rental.
For a 3-month rental that didn't get you one playoff victory. So, I mean, look, I'm going to say something, and this is just my opinion, and I don't care.
And they also traded Brandon Moss.
Yes, Brandon, there you go. There's another one that didn't need to happen. They couldn't re-sign Lester. They couldn't do anything. I'm going to say something that might be controversial. Billy Beane needs to go. I don't know if he should ever be a GM in other places, but his time in Oakland has come to an end, in my opinion. I think
he's also part owner of the team, though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right on that, but buy him out. Get him out of there. He's not Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is so goddamn conceited, he'll keep himself as the GM of the Cowboys until the day he fucking dies. Fucking Beane's not the principal owner. He doesn't own everything of it. Take himself out of it. Have the other management fucking get him out of the GM role.
You want to look at 3 organizations that have it figured out from getting personnel from like a GM and pretty much a whole organizational standpoint. 3 teams have this figured out: Cardinals, Giants, and I'm going to say the Red Sox.
Yeah.
They got it figured out. They've been consistently good for the last decade.
Yeah.
And even more.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You get it figured out, and why do you think I'm so happy with what the Cubs have done? People were fucking going crazy about, they've gone back to super losing. They were building something. In Theo, I trust. Theo came in. That's why he didn't take the GM position himself. He knew the presidency of baseball operations was more important.
Big reason why they ended the streak in Boston.
Yep. He built something for the future. He helped build that team to have continued success, and that's what he's trying to do in Chicago. It's what you need to do.
They did have a robot on a guy that becomes a robot in the postseason in David Ortiz, but
that's very true. But to be fair,
686 in the 2013 World Series. 686.
To be fair, Ortiz is usually pretty goddamn good anyway. But yeah, he does click into another gear in the fucking postseason. There's no question about that. Did they spend some money to do it? Of course they did. Did they have some heroes? Of course they did. Did they have people who did things that went beyond the scope of their limitations? Of course they did. But guess what? That's how legends are born. That's how greatness is truly achieved. When they came back from fucking 3-0 on the Yankees, that's stuff of legend. That is
Kevin Millar walked.
Yeah, you'll never fucking forget it. You'll never forget it. Ever.
I love Kevin Millar.
Millar.
Walked against Mo.
Yeah, it's fucking craziness, man. And some front offices don't get it. Yes, is it fascinating what Beane has done in the past? Sure. Does Moneyball have an appeal? Sure. But Oakland,
is it crazy to say that his way of thinking is so fucked up that it somehow works?
I think that might have been the case at a time when they didn't have money. Now they're just being.
But think of who they had that when the Moneyball team, came up. Look who they had on their team. They had fucking Jermaine Dye, Miguel Tejada, Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder. Yeah. I mean, they had a really good fucking team.
It's how they were going about getting them is what made Moneyball what it was.
Right, but they didn't win all the games they did because Scott Hatteberg comes in and launches a walk-off home run.
Yeah. No, very true. And look, like they can say whatever they want about not getting big stars or taking on big salary contracts. They're smart in this respect. They got Lester when he wasn't making $1 bajillion. They got Samardzija before he's going to get his payday.
Yeah.
They made moves. They gave away a lot to get these guys. Not so much in the Lester deal because that turned out to be, I think, if they would have won, giving up Cespedes for Lester would have been a good deal. But the problem is, the second they gave away Cespedes, their offense went away. So,
right. And that's what I thought, and many others thought at the time. It's like, okay, you have one other guy on your team that can hit the ball.
Yeah.
He's got no protection now.
They were looking at, hey, we got Lester and fucking Samardzija, and Hamill at the time was looking like an ace too. Like, well, shit, we don't need a lot of offense. We'll just throw these guys out there. And
it's hard to win when you don't score.
It is hard to win when you don't score. It's very hard to win when you don't score. So I don't know. It was just a very insane thing.
They're just doing a complete fire sale.
They are, and I don't think they're done. I don't think
they are either.
But they have not brought back nearly enough to make this go.
It's not Billy Butler, which
okay, maybe 2 years ago that would have been a really big deal.
He hit 9 home runs last year.
Yeah, Butler he's inconsistent at best. At best.
And the Royals fixed that hole. They signed Kendrys Morales to a 2-year deal.
Morales, yes, they did.
I like that for them.
So Wednesday night is when things popped off. Let's get into Thursday because that's when shit got real. That's when shit got real. The Dodgers went absolutely fucking ape shit. The Dodgers said, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to get on the phone, and we're going to somehow convince the Marlins that D. Gordon is God. We're going to
Gordon.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was going to say D. Gordon, Dan Herron.
We're going to make the Marlins feel that they cannot live without D. Gordon. And we're going to get one of the best fucking pitching prospects around. We're going to take your number one pitching prospect in Andrew Heaney.
And then they dump him off to the Angels.
And then they flip him.
Real quick. He put out a tweet when this happened yesterday.
Did you see 2 days ago or whatever.
Yeah, he was with the Dodgers for 5 minutes. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so excited to be a Dodger." And then however long it was till he got traded, it wasn't long.
No, I enjoyed my 5 hours in.
He tweeted out, "Well, Dodgers, we had a good run.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the memories."
So in 2 deals, this is what the Marlins were able to get. They got D. Gordon, Dan Herron, Miguel Rojas from Rios. No, I can't read. Rojas, yeah, from the Dodgers, and then from.
Which I kind of like the move for the Marlins, but you trade.
I hate this move. I hate this move for the Marlins. That move for the Marlins.
You get Dan Herron, who's okay. You can bolster your rotation a little bit, but your number one pitching.
Your number one pitching prospect for a guy in D. Gordon who can't fucking hit. He can't hit. He can't do it.
Yeah, great. His speed can help you, but he's actually got to get on base to do that.
He can't get on base. The guy can't hit. If D. Gordon can hit a little bit, then we're talking about a different story. The problem is D. Gordon can't fucking hit.
And he plays the infield. Now, if he played the outfield like Billy Hamilton, who can't hit worth a shit either, okay, that I could live with that. Because he can cover some serious fucking ground in the outfield.
Yeah, and D. Gordon has not shown an elite second base glove. He's a good second baseman. He doesn't have elite defense to make this fucking deal make sense. So to give up your best pitching prospect with other players too. It wasn't just a 1-for-3 fucking swap here. They gave up a couple other players that have a little bit of upsides to them, including something that everyone's looking for, catching depth. And
they just lost Rob Brantley to the White Sox.
Yeah, they let him go. They put him on waivers. That wasn't a big deal.
I know, but
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But so that happens. Then the Marlins made a trade that I like a little bit more, getting Matt Latos from Cincinnati for Anthony Descaliante or whatever, and Chad Wallach, getting another catcher. That move I don't mind as much, even though Matt is not the pitcher he was a few years ago. His fastball's down, but he's
Looks like the Reds are going to. We can say that they're going to be in a rebuilding process.
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I said that in a video I made a couple days ago, I think. I said I think the Reds are going to take a step back. Well, it looks like they're going to do that because they also traded Alfredo Simon.
Yeah, but let's look at what they traded with Simon. They traded a 33-year-old guy who had a terrible second half to the season. He did not, especially towards the end of it, he really gassed out.
Yeah, they were. I mean, his first half stats and second half stats were night and day.
Night and day. So I don't know how much worse they're going to be. I mean, I don't know. I figure they still have a couple bullets in the gun that they can make some more moves here. I'm not counting out Cincinnati quite yet, but they could be moving into that.
The only one that's locked up that is going to stay there is Homer Bailey.
Yeah, Homer Bailey. Well, Leak is still there too. And Leak could play. Is Leak still there? Leak's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, no, Leak's still there.
Yeah,
they could deal him too.
Yeah, they could deal Leak. I mean, Leak's there, and they got some offensive stuff that they can work around with. So. It's just...
You got your $200 million first baseman who wasn't on the field at all last year.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Votto should be back with a fucking vengeance. I mean, he should be. He should be. Let's talk about the most perplexing trade of the entire thing for me, of the entire winter meetings. This one just fucking drove me nuts. I didn't get this. Boston trading Cespedes, who they gave up Lester to get. Okay, for Rick Porcello, and by the way, they didn't just give up Cespedes. They gave up a right-handed pitcher by the name of Alex Wilson and a left-handed pitcher by name of Gabe Spieler. They gave up a little bit more for Rick Porcello, a number 4, perhaps number 5 pitcher. His numbers are not fucking astronomically good.
See. Now, sorry to interrupt. If I was a Boston fan, this would be I would be fucking enraged. I want to hear Cronin's view on this because I know he's probably flipping out right now.
Yeah,
over
it makes
this.
no sense.
Because I mean, look at your rotation. You got Clay Buchholz, Wade Miley, Brandon Workman, Rick Porcello, and Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
Does that? By the way, I love Joe Kelly. I miss Joe Kelly. But
don't forget Masterson. They picked up Masterson too.
They picked up Masterson too. Okay,
which might have been the best move they made.
He was brutal for us, though.
Yeah. But Masterson could bounce back where he started.
Does that sound like a championship staff?
No, of course not. Wade Miley, he might have a good upside to him, but this is insanity. Let's look at some numbers, shall we? I mean, that's where we're gonna find out some truth about
Go for it. You probably have him right in front of you.
Rick Porcello, fucking career ERA of 4.3, 76 and 63 overall. He's not a super big. He can strike out, but they've been going down year after year.
Now, how old is he? He's, what is he, 25,
He's 25.
26?
He's 25. So
okay, I mean, so he's still got some chance. He's still got some chance to grow.
He has shown nothing that makes you think that this guy is going to be an elite pitcher. So far, I understand that it's early. I get that, but power is at a premium right now. Pitching can be found,
especially right-handed power.
Yes, pitching can be found.
Maybe the Red Sox are looking for Alan Craig to step up if they don't dump him. But I'm convinced Alan Craig was hurt.
Yeah,
you cannot have that big of a drop off like that.
Here's the thing on Porcello as well. We're not talking about a 25-year-old who's been in the league 2 years. We're talking about a 25-year-old who's entering his 7th fucking season. We have 6 seasons.
He's been around forever.
Absolutely. He's made 184 starts. We've seen enough out of this guy. We know what we're going to get out of him. After 184 starts, if you have not shown that elite level, you're not fucking going to.
Well, which it doesn't make sense because Joe Kelly can give you exactly the same thing you're expecting out of Porcello, and even better, Kelly can shut down a lineup every now and again. He did it in the postseason a couple years ago.
Sure. If you're going to trade Cespedes, if that's the move you're going to make as Boston, why not go to Philadelphia and build a fucking trade around Cespedes and Cole Hamels. Why
That
not
would make
make
sense, and
that
that's where I thought Hamels would end up, because the Red Sox need that bona fide number one.
Yeah. After botching the Lester deal, it's the only thing that would have made sense to me. It's the only thing that would have made sense, and it drives me fucking crazy that instead they give up premium hitting to a fucking team like goddamn Detroit for Rick Porcello. You're not getting a number one. You're not getting an ace. You called out their fucking starting rotation. This is not a feared rotation.
No, not at all. Buchholz doesn't even. I like Clay Buchholz a lot, but he's not. He doesn't even scare me that much.
No, he's on the decline too.
Yeah, it's like every rotation, every series you go into, you look like, okay, we got, I don't know, we got Scherzer, Price. Okay, we might want to mark those down as losses. Right. Oh, okay, but we got Porcello. We can get a win off that one. Come to the Cardinals. Okay, you got Wainwright, Lackey, Lynn, Waka. Fucking so many people that could be in that rotation. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. Is Porcello really that guy that you look on your fucking roster and go, okay, that's a win? I don't think he's that guy. His numbers certainly don't fucking show him as that guy. He's not that guy. It drives me nuts. It absolutely drives me crazy. All right, so let's talk about. Let's get into just the winners mode here, and this will help us cover some deals that we didn't cover, such as the. One of the bigger deals, Philadelphia trading Jimmy Rollins, 15 years in the same place, send Rollins to the Dodgers. That's a good move by the Dodgers, man.
Yeah, they needed a replacement at shortstop. They also got, what's his name, coming up from the Dodgers. His name's slipping my mind. I don't know. Black Mama, you leave it in the comments because I can't think of the dude's fucking name.
Seager?
Yes, Seager.
Or Siger or something like that, yeah.
No, Seager. It's
Siegler.
Siegler.
I think. Something like that.
No, it's Seager.
Is it Seager? Like Bob Seager? Might be.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Kyle Seager's brother, the Mariners.
I'm not doing my research, so.
Okay. I'll look it up while you continue to talk.
Yeah, well, you know me. I'll yammer. I'll yammer, baby. So, yeah. So let's talk about a couple winners, a couple losers. I'll give you my winner, and this should not be a surprise. It's the Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs are my number one winner of the winter meetings.
Corey Seager.
Corey Seager. There you go.
I knew it was somebody's fucking brother.
The Chicago Cubs are the biggest winner of the winter meetings for me is because, real simple. Yes, they got John Lester, and that's a huge fucking deal. It
got
really
Jason Hamill back.
They got Jason Hamill back to the place where he resurrected his career. They got a catcher who can hit a little bit, but he handles pitching staffs. He's top 5. And Miguel Montero, he's an established guy.
Very underrated.
Absolutely. And what it does is it gives you the flexibility to now make a few moves because you got some people in place. You can get rid of Wellington Castillo, who's a younger catcher who should bring back a little bit of value. That's
fine. That's fine because for some reason he hits well against the Cardinals. Yeah, that's fine by me.
He does. But the most important thing what this does, it changes the culture. You have sent a message throughout the rest of Major League Baseball.
We're ready.
We are ready. It's not about 2016 or 2017 anymore. It is about 2015, and the Cubs are here to play because this is
Cardinals and Cubs in the NLCS. I would love.
Yes,
that'd be great.
I have a feeling before this is all said and done, and I know you're not a fan of the guy. I thought it was going to be Jake Peavy was going to be the second move that the Cubs get as far as pitching. I think it's going to be fucking Big Game James, and I know you don't like him.
Three-frame James.
In the playoffs, sure. But you know what? James Shields.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's worry about getting to the play. Look, everyone talks about, well, he's not a clutch playoff guy. You got to fucking get to the playoffs first.
Got to get there first.
So if you want to be a superstar in the fucking in the regular season, that's fine with me. Let's get to the playoffs. You can always turn the clutch bullshit around. Okay? So let's get there first.
Unless you're Clayton Kershaw. Playing the Cardinals in the postseason. And watching Matt Adams jump around the bases.
I'd still take Clayton Kershaw any day of the fucking week.
Oh, I would too, unless he's playing the Cardinals in the postseason.
And this is a little shout out to Mamba. I'm going to give the Dodgers the second, my second spot as big winners from this winter meetings. They made some moves, man, and they fucking put the Jedi mind trick on the fucking Miami Marlins to just completely trade rape them.
Talking about the Dodgers trading Matt Kemp to the Padres.
Oh, Jesus, I know, man. And people might not like everything they got back in that deal, but here's the fucking reality: they have freed up their outfield to be more effective.
Yeah, they still got a lot of outfielders.
Sure, but having
Chris Heisman, you got Crawford. You weren't going to get anything for Crawford anyway. Nobody wants him.
And Matt Kemp's got bad knees. His knees are not going to get any better. Because of the fucking season that he had last year, his trade value was the highest of any outfielder they had on the roster.
He had a great second half.
Yeah, he did. He became he looked like that MVP that he should have won in 2011.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Do not get me started on that. That makes me sick.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's insanity to me.
Fuck Ryan. Fuck him.
Yay!
Sorry.
No. Fuck Ryan Braun. I'm down on that bandwagon any day of the week. It's crazy to me. But the reality is he's got bad knees. He's old. He's getting older. He's 30, 31. He's getting older. He's entering the downside of his career. So you're able to dump him now at his big fucking salary that he has to open up to spend. They already have more money than God. So now they got a little bit more to spend, a little bit more, do what they want. And we have not heard the rest from the Dodgers yet. We're going to hear more moves out of Dodgers before the season begins.
They also got Jock Peterson, who I really like.
Who's your big winner for the winter meetings?
The big winner?
Yeah.
Well, I do like the Cubs. Thought the White Sox have done really well too. Let's see, the Tigers getting Cespedes and the two prospects.
Yeah.
And that was a big lopsided trade.
Yes, it was.
Man, I don't know.
I'm gonna put a gun in your head. Give me one team that made the biggest statement to you.
I'll go Cubs.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
I'll go Cubs.
Say it again, Cardinals fan. Say it again.
Oh, the Cubs did well the winter meetings.
They did. They won the winter meetings for whatever that's worth. The biggest losers of the winter meeting, the team that just needed to do something.
Oakland A's.
Yeah, it's hard to go against them, but it seemed like it was. They traded Donaldson before the winter meeting, so how much were we expecting out of them?
I'm still counting that that in.
Sure. But I'm gonna say the Oakland A's absolutely there. But my big losers for the winter meetings are the San Francisco Giants.
San Francisco.
What did they do?
They didn't do anything.
Exactly. And what did they need to do? What have they lost?
They need to replace Kung Fu Panda.
Yep.
Jake
Peavy and Ryan Vogelsong.
Yeah.
They need to replace all three of these guys.
Who's going to be their starting third baseman next year? Marco fucking Scutero.
Unless they go on to sign Chase Headley, whatever his name is.
Yeah, that'd be a good fit.
It'd be a good fit, but I don't know. It's weird to me. They needed to make some moves. They went after Lester, and it just didn't work.
Okay, they could go get three-frame James. They could go get him.
They could, but I think they're with you. They're expecting to be in the playoff.
Now, keep in mind they also got Matt Cain coming back too.
Yeah, that's true. But we don't know what type of Matt Cain we're going to get.
Who, by the way, is just absolutely owned by Matt Carpenter.
We don't know what type of Matt Cain we're going to get, and we're going to get another season from the decaying corpse of fucking Tim Lincecum. You know?
Yeah. You don't know what he's going to do.
You don't know what he's going to do. It's the decaying body.
Go out, throws a no-hitter against the Padres, and then the next start he'll just give up 12 runs.
Yeah, the big time Timmy Jim, whatever fucking they call his ass now. You know,
I don't know.
It's absolutely crazy. They just have not doing anything is not the right answer here. And I don't know. I also don't like what Kansas City did. I thought you could throw Baltimore into that fucking mix, losing both Cruz and Markakis.
Yeah, you thought when the Orioles lost Cruz, they thought they were going to be a lock for Markakis.
Yeah.
Then he goes down to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
I'm still surprised they haven't moved Justin Upton yet.
And I understand that Miami. Yeah, I know that Atlanta. That's going to be happening.
But
soon.
where's he gonna? But where's he gonna go?
It's going to be a Cub. It's going to be a Cub. I'm telling you.
I could see that, but
it makes sense. Cubs need a veteran bat. They need a veteran bat and they need a veteran outfielder. They need someone that they can depend on. And Justin Upton is that guy. He's 27 years old. He's had a good career. Obviously, putting the Upton brothers together in Atlanta did not work. So let's break him
BJ's
up.
been brutal.
Horrible. But Justin's always had. I like Justin a little bit more. I always have.
I do too.
I'd like to see him in a Cubs uniform, and I think the Cubs could do it without giving away a huge chunk of their big prospects. If any of them, I think they could do it by getting rid of some of their mid-tier prospects. Because let's face it, guys like Alcantara and some of the dudes they have down on the farm right now that are 6, 7, and 8 type prospects, they're going to go into whatever system they go into as top 2 or 3 because the Cubs system is that good. If not, I see Boston making a move for him possibly. That could happen.
Yeah, but they still got so many outfielders out there.
They do, but there would have to be a subsequent move, and probably it would have to revolve around Jackie Bradley, I'd assume. Something like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways that they can go. Where do you think he's going to wind up?
I mean, I guess Chicago would make sense. You know, we thought he would go to Seattle because he waived his no-trade clause to Seattle, but, you know, they ended up picking up Nelson Cruz.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to go to Boston with all those outfielders out there.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I
don't
mean,
know. I don't know.
To go there. San Francisco's a possibility. Maybe they didn't do anything during the winter meetings because they're getting ready to make some moves now. Maybe by signing Shields and trading for Upton, or maybe even Hamels is a trade target. Who knows? Do they have enough?
Yeah, that would make Philly would make sense too, but that's within their own division.
No, the Braves aren't trading Justin to Philadelphia. Philadelphia wouldn't make that trade. I'm talking what the Giants are going to do.
Okay.
Because I think because they didn't do anything in the winter meetings, going after a trade for Justin Upton and then making another move to get Cole Hamels would be something that would make a
Milwaukee's been very quiet.
Very quiet. Very.
We
quiet.
we just picked up the Cardinals picked up Mark Reynolds yesterday, which they needed. They added some very much needed power off the bench, and that's all he's going to be used for. Hey, you need a home run late in the game, down by a couple runs.
Look, Mark Reynolds, man, he can.
He's a strikeout. He's a strikeout machine.
Here's the thing.
Don't get me.
He can barely hit when he gets regular at bats. You think that he's gonna fucking come off the bench and just hit home runs for you guys? No. Welcome to fucking 80 to 100 strikeouts as a fucking pinch hitter, which I don't even know if ever's been done in baseball before.
Oh, if anybody can do it, he can do. He can do it.
He can. My God, and that's my worry about a guy like Baez, because he could easily become a fucking Mark Reynolds.
Yeah, once people figured out what he's swung at really quick.
To be fair to Baez, he's done this at every level that he's been at, and he's adjusted because his bat speed is fucking astronomically good.
It's ridiculous.
It's the best I've ever seen. I mean, it's Sheffield-esque. His bat speed is ridiculous.
You got to actually hit the ball though.
That's true. It's very, very true.
You know, at the time last year, they were about halfway through last year. People were spitting around rumors of trading Tavares for Baez. I was like,
Cubs would have never made that move. Cubs would have never made that move.
I don't think the Cardinals would have done that either. But people were spitting that idea around.
Before Baez came up to the big leagues, I think the Cardinals would have been foolish not to take that deal had it been offered. Baez, his power numbers project something ridiculous. Yeah, let's look at it for a second. Sure, The guy struck out 100 fucking times in 200 at bats or whatever. He also fucking hit 10 home runs in fucking very little plate time while striking out as much as he did. When he connects, it goes.
Just having that threat there of like,
Scary.
if this dude hits the ball, it's gone. And hopefully that's what Reynolds can bring. Yeah. Just that fear of like off the bench. It's like, okay, I don't want to.
Not at his age. I don't think no one's scared of him anymore. He's up there now. I don't know. I don't like the move. I'm not a big fan of this move. But hey,
I'm okay with it. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it. It's better than Ty fucking Wigginton.
Sure.
A couple years ago.
Sure.
That drove me nuts.
Sure.
He was worthless.
You just needed a bench guy, and I mean maybe
fucking
Reynolds.
Mark
He's
Ellis.
low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Know? And that's the type of moves you want to make. Of the big guys left, of the big deal, and I'm not just talking free agents because obviously Scherzer and Shields are still there. Of the big moves that have yet to be made, what do you think is the biggest move left? Whether it be Scherzer, Shields, the Hamill trade, is it possible?
I think those three pitchers you just mentioned are right up there.
What happens first? Something happens with those three guys or Justin Upton? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Upton deal would happen first. Like I said, I think Scherzer's going to wait till after. Yeah. Is going to wait a little while longer.
I don't think he should wait too long.
I would look for the Hamels thing to be any day.
Yeah.
Any day for Hamels because people in Philly, they're okay with trading Hamels as long as the prospects they get back they feel are worth the trade.
Yeah, the thing is that they're going to want an awful lot for Hamels that I don't know.
I don't know if you saw the Nationals traded Ross Detweiler to the Rangers yesterday.
Yeah. So that's a solid move. I mean, it's a solid deal. I don't know.
I look for the Rangers to make a big comeback because they had everybody hurt last year, and Shin-Soo Choo was awful.
Yeah, but you know what? I hated that signing, and I'm glad he didn't sign with the Cubs. You can't sign a 31-year-old fucking center fielder who had a good on-base percentage with a team that had fucking hitters all around him and expect him to come into a new location in a harder division to hit in and expect him to increase his output.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous to think, and it didn't work out.
I think the Rangers are going to do much better than they did last year.
Well, yeah, they can't do much worse.
That's true.
They can't do much worse. So I don't know.
Astros there are reports of the Astros signing Gregerson and Pat Neshek.
Yeah.
Nice couple ads for them.
Nice couple. I mean, Astros are still going to be one of the worst teams in baseball. Nothing has changed.
They are on the rise though.
They are not the Cubs. I'm sorry.
No, they're not doing it nowhere near as fast for the Cubs.
Sell me on the Astros being on the rise. I feel they're flatlining. They're still in the same beep. I don't really feel like. Look, they got some guys down there. They got Springer who can hit the fucking cover off the ball, but he got hurt later in the year. We don't know how much. There's so many. It's not jumping off the page for me. Them being in the American League now also hurts them. So I don't know. I'm just a douche.
And my favorite image of the Astros is when Pujols launched that home run off Brad Lidge. That was great.
Brad Lidge was a dick.
And then just not even a year later, day before my birthday, went to a Cardinals Astros game. Game ended with Pujols hitting a game-winning double off Lidge.
There you go. Well, what do you guys think? That's the question. I think Jeff and I have done a pretty good job of covering everything that happened. I'm sure we forgot some stuff. If we did, light us up in the comments section. Tell us what you think. What is your favorite moment of the winter meetings? And who is going to be the most improved team in baseball next year? And who's going to be the team that is just going to bury everyone's hearts because they're just not going to be very good? What do you guys think?
I think that'll be Cincinnati.
Yeah, I see that. You really think Cincinnati is going down to Turlet. Quite possible. Yankees were quiet. That's some last thing that we can talk about.
Yeah, they were talking about, some of the prices for the free agents out there were too big. You're the fucking Yankees.
Yankees. Well, we know that Hal fucking Steinbrenner certainly is not his father. That we know. Fuck. But other than that, I think we wrapped this up pretty good. Definitely going to be having you more on while you're on school break. I hope you're good with that. Putting you to work, young man.
That's cool.
All right. That's your daily focus. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. Make sure like, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this man over here, Grand Slam 87 on YouTube. His videos are hilarious. He about had a fucking aneurysm in his latest video because he was getting...
You should have seen me. I wish I was recording the actual audio of
You
while I was
should.
playing.
You totally should have.
I thought it was on. I thought it was on, and it wasn't. Like, is it that fucking necessary to block the damn screen?
Yeah.
I know what the thing does. Okay, you could just take all the shit away. You could take all the shit around me away. But why put a big fucking skull right in the middle of my goddamn screen?
Because you've been hacked. That's what happens when you get hacked. You're hacked. That's what it is. I mean,
my guy doesn't even. My guy isn't even wearing a high tech fucking helmet. He's wearing a fucking skull cap. Fuck! And I go to shoot two guys that I know I'm gonna kill. Nope, fucking skull pops up, and I can't fucking see what I'm shooting at, and I'm dead. I'm fucking dead, and I leave the game in 0.3 seconds.
If you want more of that video game rage, check out Grand Slam 87 on YouTube because it is hilarious, and he talks about real shit too, which is awesome. So make sure you check him out there. Check out Tommy C over at Shot from the Point. Did a great fucking interview with him the other day. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it. It's going to outpace the Joe Cronin interview from last week. That's what happens when you actually promote a fucking webcast, Cronin. He'll never see this, so I can say what I want. Love you, Joe. Don't be mad at me. So make sure you check all that out. And, Creators Corner next week with Ed Crowley. Holy fucking shit, you guys. This is going to be great. Some of the greatest stories you will ever hear come on next week's show. So excited about that. Everything that's going on right here at Dead on Dave Productions. We're trending upwards, my friends. 172 subs and going strong. Thank you for all of that. I got to thank Jeff Huffman and Tommy C, Joe Cronin, Jesse J, Dave Rose, Jake Link, everybody who's in this community have been so supportive, and we rely on each other and we help each other, and we're all doing great things. So make sure you continue to check us all out because we're here to entertain the masses. You're welcome. And we're out. Peace.